Hey guys, I'm calling this video Gifts for Dad. Not because it's Father's Day, it's not. It's not my father's birthday, it's nowhere near Christmas, but whenever I see these kinds of things, I think my dad would really love this. Come check it out. Okay, stuff for your dad. Actually, this might be stuff for you. These items all came from a collector. Unfortunately, he passed away, and then when we came to his home, there were a lot of things that we couldn't figure out. What is it? Where did it come from? This looks like a part of an aircraft, but one of the clues that was, we dug into this, and this one especially, the Anola Gay. I thought, well, this can't be from the Anola Gay because the Anola Gay is the whole plane is in the Smithsonian Institute. But this does have the signature of Dutch Van Kirk. It says he was the navigator on the Anola Gay in August 6th of 1945. And then down in this corner, I have Paul Tibbets, pilot for the Anola Gay on the 6th of August. Anola Gay was the plane that dropped the atomic bomb. So as I said, this can't be from the actual ship, but the collector, the house that it came from, he was actually on one of the boards for the Smithsonian. And I think they had some display openings and things like that. They put on big dinners and had people come in and contribute. I can only imagine that this was one of the souvenirs that you could pick up from going to the Smithsonian when they dedicated the hall for the Anola Gay display. I could imagine that he was there. Long story short, I'm sure these are original signatures, but it was meant to be a souvenir. And there's two fat boys up here. I don't know if that's symbolic or not. It is aluminum. And on the back, it says made in the USA. So I don't think these are real expensive, but they are historically significant and would make a nice display in your rec room or something for your dad. Now this one I'll call audience participation because I don't know where this one came. I don't know where it comes from, what it signifies. Obviously it was in the European theater, part of an airplane. Again, it could be a replica that they were selling in the gift shop. And again, Smithsonian raising funds for more displays like this. Now, let's move on to some of the other items, which I know for sure what these are. So again, these are all from the same collector, same home, and we wanted to pass these along. I've got two photo albums. One, this is all a photo album of U-boats and U-boat people who served. These are the German Navy during World War II. And then this photo album, these are all commemorative sets, by the way, to the U-boats and to the Airborne 506. I'll show you guys a little bit about what's in here. Easy Company, 506, all comes together. But this is the biggest item and probably the most exciting for me because I don't know how I'm going to be able to sell it or ever give it away. I just think it is so cool and full of history. Probably everybody watching this video has already seen Band of Brothers, and this is a poster made famous by them. Now, it could never be done again because I don't know when this all happened, when they signed it, but a lot of these guys have now passed, including Dick Winters. You do see his autograph down here. Stephen Ambrose, who was historian behind not so much the production, but the writing of Band of Brothers. Ron Spears, I see here. I saw Don Malarkey, met him, I believe, at one of the gun shows. Up here, we've got an Eagles fan, because up here I see Edward Babe Hoffman from South Philly. And then we have somebody here from Erie, PA, a little further west. So you can go through and just check out these names, and you'll recognize some of them. Gordy is over here. And the actual pictures of guys, I mean, there's more signatures than there are pictures. And I would recognize the actors, but I don't really know who's who here. It would have been nice if they circled it so we would know. Here's Shifty, and you just see a myriad of names. Ed Tipper, but here's a couple other things that you'll want to notice. We got a cigarette here. He's a smoker. Here we have an M1 Garand with the bayonet attached. There you see the Airborne Division, 101st Airborne. Looks a lot like that on his shoulder. I've got a second M1 Garand, no bayonet this time. Over here, we have a paratrooper. See here, here's the back, the shoulder stock, the folding stock. That's a paratrooper, M1A1. Here, very appropriately, we have rosary beads and a Thompson. That one looks pretty worn, about original finish, but only about 50%. I think this is a Thompson as well because the top section looks like a Thompson, but I could be wrong. And then I think there's more Garands in here than there are M1 carbines. Notice some of them have camouflaged helmets, others have plain. This camouflage here, we were remarking, it doesn't look like US gear, it looks more like German camouflage, what the Germans issued. So maybe he picked that up along the way. There's so much to see here, just that you could study it for many hours. I will tell you it's extremely heavy. This is a metal frame. So whoever ends up buying this down the road, I don't know how we're going to ship it to you. Maybe we'd have to meet at a show and pick it up there. But this is one of the favorite things that I've picked up from anybody's home. So we want to hang it up here so that people come to our office, they can look at it, enjoy it. So far, everybody who comes in the door, it's the first thing they go to is go check this out. Then go to the opposite end of the spectrum, the German Navy. I think this is like my photo album. This is a modern, it's put together, a modern producer put these together and sold them as souvenirs. This is dated 1939, but this album is not from 1939. The photographs are originals. I mean, they're copies of the originals, and this is from 1938. If you page through, basically, it shows you captains, officers, different U-boats. And again, this collector, he studied, actually, I found his college thesis. It was a history major, I believe. His college thesis was on the U-boats, and he did a lot of detail on researching the U-boats and how they lived and how they died. And so this was something that he collected. Now we're up to 1940. You see more U-boats, more pictures. You could probably pick out different admirals, maybe Raider, Dönitz. And again, just personal photographs of the people who served. Kind of looks like Das Boot. They're in shorts and growing a little bit of a beard. We know that he has a beard as well. We know that even in the U.S. Navy, they're a little more lax in terms of the dress code on board because the conditions are so harsh. I know you wouldn't get me in, well, I've been in a U-boat, but it was on top of the land. If that thing was going in water, I would be out of there. So this is just an album. This is not that expensive. We found them online. They sell for about $250, $300. And so we will offer this for sale. If you have interest, you could write in and we'll put your name in the hat. Now this one, going back to the Airborne Easy Company, 506. This is a beautiful commemorative set. And these sell for about $2,000. And when you look inside, it's got different information. There's also a DVD. I haven't watched it, but there's a DVD about the 506. This is a map, I believe. It is, if you remember, in Band of Brothers when they went after gun emplacements in France, right at the Normandy invasion. I believe this is a map of the gun emplacements and the attack plan that Dick Winters led. But I could be wrong about that. Let's keep going. So the rest, again, we have a photo album. By the way, they only made 1,000 of these. There's a deluxe version, which I think they made 500, and it has 12 signatures. This one, it has 6. So there's 6 people who signed it. This is number 370 out of 1,000 that were made. We see it is Genesis Publications. Here's Ed Tipper signed it, and here's Ed Tipper. There you go. Find out if that's a fake or not. That signature and that signature are the same. This signature and this signature, we found Herb. If we went through, I'm sure we'd find, oh, Shifty, I did see him over here somewhere. So these are signed, this is numbered. Let me just go quickly through it. It's kind of like going through the series on Band of Brothers because they start out in Toccoa, they're training. I don't know if that's Ben. I'll just page through that again, training. And then next thing we know, they're in England. I think right about here. They're in England, and they have a roster of everybody that went out together. 1944, May of 1944, right before D-Day. So they have documents, photographs, history. There's some original orders, drawing down here. So it's something that you could spend hours and hours on going through and learning a lot more. But it's, like I said, it's a commemorative set to honor the guys who fought in World War II, paratroopers from the Screaming Eagles. So if this is something you would want, you can let us know. We'll put your name in the hat, and we will be selling this. We'll probably, again, we'll take some names, put them in a drawing, and give everybody an equal opportunity to buy this. When you contact us, I'll give you the price, but it's going to be somewhere in the $1,500 to $2,000 range, and they're not making them anymore. So this is a collector's item, and I believe would go up in value. I did see what he paid for it. He had the receipt. He paid $2,000 for this. So we are ready to pass it along. Well, this was fun. Some great souvenirs to show you. And of course, if you're interested, they're not going to last long, but we're going to be offering some of these items. The one thing that we're not offering is this photograph poster, because we just really like it. We're going to hang it in the office for a while. If you want to put your name in the hat for later on, at some point we will sell it. And if you have some interest, we'll put your name in the hat. But I'm sure a starting price is going to be around $2,000, and it may go up from there. So let us know if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. I'm not going to get much more like this, though.